Moonlit Garden, let's do it. Anyway, the game is going to go through some shit about the support slot. So what happens is, once we have 3 party members, we can only technically have 2 of them at once. It's weird the way they do this, but essentially your 3rd party member gets shunted off into the support slot, where so any member that's in the support slot will recover HP passively, but like you can switch to them at any time. They're not like actually locked there. It's just this weird 3rd slot. Although you do lose that freedom if somebody dies. Like, if Sora were to die in the middle of this dungeon dive, she would get locked there until she revives, and then you could only switch between the other 2.
Well, that was badass.
So yeah, this is Sora. She is very much... it feels wrong to say the dodge tank party member, because you can't really do a dodge tank build in an action game, but... She is very much a glass cannon. She hits like a truck and has no HP whatsoever.
Yeah, so she's basically kind of like the short-range monk type character from the look of it, just the fast, punchy, can't take a hit for shit.
That is exactly what she is. She's a lot of fun to play as.
Oh yeah, no, I can see that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the example that's going right to my mind immediately is like 8 from, where it's like, every character in that game was kind of shit except for 8. Mainly because, like, 8 just punched the shit out of things. And it was incredibly cathartic just, like, getting the chance to, like, literally punch that game right in the fucking face. Until I finally got bored of it.
I'm sure you can guess, but Sora's ranged attack really sucks. Like, it does substantially less damage than her punches, so... we're going to avoid that where we can.
As you would expect for the character who is, like, literally explicitly the ultra-close range character.
Yeah, I kind of get the sense that her range attack is more of just like a tool you use to keep the combo alive, but not to, like, rely on. Kind of like guns in Devil May Cry, I guess.
You're not wrong.
Or it's probably also just a matter of, okay, every character in this game has a ranged attack, so we've got to give her one too, but let's strongly disincentivize using it.
Anyway, that was unfortunate. I just lost my combo because I had no idea which direction I needed to go. It's okay, though. We can still salvage this. The game, there aren't any explicit combo counts for dungeons. Like, there's a 100 and a 200 tier, and the main difficulty is whether or not a given dungeon... like, whether or not there's enough stuff in the dungeon to get to the higher tier, and this one is quite long, so we should have no problems getting that caught back up.
Yeah, because, like, you were already, like, in the 100 range before, you know, you fucked it up and broke the combo. And that was just, like, not even 5 minutes into this place, so...
So, yeah, one of the easiest ways to just absolutely fucking destroy people with Sora is, her okay, so there's 2 things you kind of need to know. Is that, first of all, her charge attack is, like, a super strong single hit. And the mechanics behind your charge attack are such that, first of all, you will stay in the air when you use it. So you can immediately combo your charge hit into her diving kick, which hits like 8 times. So that is a huge combo boost. But also, you have... It's not quite super armor, but when you use your charge attack, you take substantially less damage from enemies.
Okay.
So, this is incredibly abusable if you were to, say, jump directly into an enemy's face and let them hit you while you pound them with her charge attack.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome, actually. In short, Sora sounds like the kind of character you play if you want the game to feel more like a Platinum game, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah. It would be nice if she had a little more range, but... Like, yeah, you can see, like, the water running down these stairs, like, completely fucked me there. I mean, not that, you know, a slime is a particularly dangerous enemy, but...
But you were just basically trying to run up a down escalator at that point.
Yeah, Ku is still our best option for, like... I don't want to say ranged combat, but, like, for anything that needs a more delicate spacing, let's say. But yeah, by and large, we're pretty much immediately gonna throw Ku into the trash and roll with Sora Asuka. So this is an X drive. This is X drive. I'm sorry, cross drive, whatever. The game never actually says it, so whatever. We'll roll with it. Yeah. So that meter will increase as we just do stuff, break boxes, hit enemies, all that fun, good gameplay. And once it's maxed out, we can press the button. We can press down on the D-pad to call in our secondary character to just show up and just fucking wreck house with us. In addition to the obvious benefits, it also makes enemies weak to everything, and on top of that, gives you HP regeneration and unlimited skill points.
That's pretty good.
And what the fuck were you doing there?
That was my DualShock having a bad day.
I was getting, Portrait of Ruin flashbacks there.
Thankfully, rebooting the controller seems to have done the trick.
You should have took it as a challenge, just like fucking Tokyo Xanadu Chaos Mode. The character changes like literally every half second, and you have no control over it. Now try to beat the game, asshole.
I mean, it would be a challenge. That's definitely for sure. Also, just generally for the record, I love this dungeon. Like, the guard... We'll see the garden archetype a couple more times, but this is just... I love this tile set that they use here.
Oh yeah, it's very, very visually impressive.
And just the background music too is pretty rockin'.
Yeah, see, if you notice there right at the end, I got hit right as I was attacking, and it only did like 20 damage. So, like I said, incredibly abusable. Anyway, I think that was a pretty good recovery, all things considered.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
So yeah, basically that would have been 400 if you hadn't screwed it up.
Yeah, like 420 something, I think. Do I go back there? No, I'm pretty sure I equipped that. Oh, I thought that was a rare quartz at first. I guess it's not. Huh. I was gonna bring up the rare thing again, but I guess I thought the Ryujin was, but it is just an HP quartz. Which, you know, Sora needs as much of that as she can get, so we'll take it either way.
れからも先輩と一緒に頑張っていきたいです。そして本当の意味で強くなりたい。だからソラ。うわあ！先輩！ソラ、逃げ！ファントム、人の心の影につけ込むエルダークリード。相沢さんを助けるにはあれを倒すしかないわ。
上等だ。行くぞソラ。
はい、待っててください、千秋先輩。
So y'all ready to fuck up a ghost?
Hell yeah.
Punch your ghost in the balls. Punch your ghost in the balls.
Anyway, that was entirely accidental. I was not trying to do that. But, you know what? We take those.
I was gonna say that's something you tend to close a fight with, not open it.
So, okay, this guy is a motherfucker. So, it's a little hard to tell because I'm constantly zipping around with Sora, but he has a few main attacks. The biggest one is that little thing that chases you. If that hits you, you actually get, like, that grabs you. You get stuck, and you have to, like, wiggle the stick to get free. Which he will then immediately follow up with, walking over and doing, like, one of those big charge attacks that he slams directly on your fucking head.
Oh, it's like Dead Hand, but more powerful.
Anyway, we kind of melted like 3/4 of his HP there, but that's what happens when you combine like your X strikes and the cross drive. You just absolutely fucking destroy things. But yeah, he's got a couple notable attacks. His spears come out really fast, and it's hard to dodge them. And obviously he has this lovely ability where he just burrows underground and then comes up directly on top of you. Yeah, don't get hit by that.
That field aura, whatever you want to call it, looks kinda gnarly to deal with.
Yeah, he does that when he gets back up from being stunned. It also regenerates his shield if he's at less than half health, although his shield should not be lasting very long because, you know, a single power attack breaks a shield.
Chiaki-senpai.
なんとか勝てたか。
異界化が収束していくわ。
無事に戻ってこられたみたいだな。
ええ。 まさかこんな即席のチームであのクラスのグリードを倒せたなんて。先輩、
目が覚めたか。かなり消耗してるみたいだが。
そうだ、ありがとう。助けてくれて。
いいえ、私は何も。コア先輩たちのおかげです。よかった。本当に。
ソラ、今まで本当にごめんね。情けないけど、やっぱり私もまだまだ未熟だわ。私も空みたいに強くなりたい。どこまでもまっすぐな強さ。
千秋先輩、
これからも一緒に切磋琢磨してくれる？部長たちもいる。あの女子空手部で。
はい、もちろんです。
待たせたな。
呼び出しておいて遅刻とはいただけないわね。
悪い。亮太のバカ話に付き合わされて遅くなっちまった。正直すっぽかされるかと思ってたが、待っててくれてよかったぜ。
それで話というのはなんだか告白でもされてしまいそうなシチュエーションだけど、明日から連休だしデートのお誘いかしら。
からかうなっての。なんだ、要件を言う前にまずは礼を言わせてくれ。おとといの件、もし柊がいなかったら空や相沢は助けられなかった。それどころか一人で突っ走ってくたばってたかもしれねえ。だからありがとな。
別にお礼を言われる筋合いはないわ。ネメシスの人間としてなすべきことをなしたまでよ。
そうかい。まあいい。ここからが本題なんだが、柊、俺を使わねえか。
どういう意味？
今後ももしこの町で異界の事件が起きるなら俺にも手伝わせてほしいんだ。
時坂君、
まあ聞けよ。異界やグリードのせいで知り合いが何人も巻き込まれてんだ。前にも言ったが、もう俺には人事じゃねえ。お前だって一人じゃ大変だろ。少しは力になれると思うんだ。
何度も言わせないで。表の人間が裏の世界に首を突っ込むべきじゃない。あなたの力を借りたのは緊急度と測りにかけた上での一時的な措置でしかない。たまたまうまくいった程度でヒーロー気取りはいただけないわね。
たく手厳しいな。ヒーローだとかそこまで調子に乗ってるつもりはねえさ。ただ手が届くものくらいはせめて守れるようになりたいんだ。お前とならそれができるような気がしてな。柊、おい。
Well, that was about the appropriate reaction to Ku telling us that he's going to protect everyone.
ごめんなさい。わかった。気が向いたらお願いするわ。どうやら彼女も力になってくれるみたいだし。
Well, at least she's willing to work with us now instead of just keeping us on a leash.
No, I think we're still on that leash. She's willing to work with Sora now.
I mean, to be fair, did you see Sora in that last dungeon? I'd want to work with Sora too.
Yeah, she was hard carrying the team there.
No, like straight up, that's not even a joke. That's fucking in-game text there.
See, told ya.
Loving the eyes on the plot fairy. It's a good cloak. Anyway, we'll talk a bit more about this, I guess, in probably a video or two. The bond levels for party members work a little bit differently than everybody else. There is a mechanical aspect to it, but it's... Well, we'll cross that bridge in probably 2 videos' time. For now, though, we are done with Chapter 2, so it's on to the next side story. I hope you like Sora, because you're gonna get a lot more of Sora in a minute here.
I mean, she's been the best character so far, so fuck yeah, bring it on.
Hell yeah.